Cindy, thank you so much for chatting with us again, and Happy New Year to you. Last December, we heard from Jordan's principal caseworkers in Manitoba, and they were told by Indigenous Services Canada that caseworkers should prepare for the worst and that significant cutbacks were going to happen and delays will be expected. Cindy, what do you make of this news going into 2025?
That's a really disappointing start to the new year. I mean, we're talking about First Nations children here, and Canada already has legal obligations to provide these services. It should be taking a fresh attitude and saying that, look, we're going to do better for First Nations children. We're going to comply with the orders and make sure their needs are met.
And Cindy, this comes at a time when Jordan's principal applications are now backlogged by at least 140,000 applications. 20,000 of those are marked as urgent. What should Indigenous Services Canada be doing to address this quickly?
Well, number one, we really feel that there's a real need to bring in experts from other areas of government where they deal with high volume financial transactions, things like taxes, et cetera. They're used to dealing with this kind of volume and to be able to process it efficiently. Number two, we think in the backlog, if the government behaved its way into that backlog, Creason, and that has created serious harms for kids, they should just approve those cases. It's the harm, if any, should come to Canada, not to children, and start fresh on a new slate with better procedures, better management to ensure that this type of thing doesn't happen again.
Cindy, we also have Jordan's principal caseworkers talking about how, people from the northern and those isolated communities in northern Manitoba, take for example, they're coming down to the city for health services. And the chiefs and the reserves are having to pay the bill. There's also children and families without meals or having to, cut meals in half just to keep going to stay in that city. What does that say to the state of Jordan's principal right now? It
means that the breaches by the government of Canada are severe and unacceptable and having the most tragic impacts on children. We know that, for example, Creason, in 2024, there were at least 3 children who died in ways that were related to Canada's breaches of those legal orders. All the rest of us have to follow the law and meet basic human rights obligations. The Canadian government should be doing the same thing.
Yeah. And finally, Cindy, what is your message to the AFN and other regional chiefs to try and address this issue?
Well, we look forward to working with them to be able to enforce these legal orders on the government of Canada, take all legal measures that are possible to be able to do that. And in fact, we're going to start next week with mediation that is court ordered by the tribunal. And we'll see if we can get some of this stuff sorted out. But if not, then Canada will be held accountable legally.
That's Cindy Blackstock. She's the Executive Director with the First Nations Child and Family Caring Society. Cindy, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Creason. Happy New Year.